I'm Tom, and it is here. It is officially fight week for Canelo versus Crawford on Netflix. One of, if not the biggest fight of the year. Certainly the biggest fight that's going to attract, the general sort of boxing audience. You've got Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. I think that personally will be bigger, but that's not because this isn't a big fight. That's just because Jake Paul attracts fans that aren't even boxing fans. And Gervonta Davis will attract all the boxing fans. So I think that's bigger. But that's neither here nor there. It's fight week for probably the biggest fight we're going to see in the boxing world this year. I don't know about you, but it feels really lackluster. Like the promotion for this fight, in my opinion, has been awful. It's been really bad. And that's why, and I said this initially, I don't think Dana White should be the promoter for TKO boxing. Look, he's brilliant at what he does. What he does is UFC. I don't think we should be bringing him in to the boxing world when you've got the best in class, Eddie Hearn. You can have Frank Warren, you can have whoever you want, but you've got Eddie Hearn who runs the biggest promotional company on the planet, who loves boxing and is in boxing, and you've chosen Dana White, who at the moment is having a very hard time with his own platform in UFC. Like, that's not great. And I get, you wanted to copy his model of the UFC over in boxing, and he better to do that than the guy who owns UFC, right? I get that. But you've got a promoter promoting one of the biggest fights we're going to see in a very long time. And it feels like it's not fight week. I don't know about you. I haven't got much hype for this. There's not much hype around this. I feel like there's huge elements missing. And ultimately, I think that falls down to Dana White. Choosing him to be a promoter in boxing when really you should choose the best in class, and that's Eddie Hearn. Anyway, let's look at this fight. Crawford in the build to this fight has looked absolutely fantastic. He looks huge, he looks fit, he looks healthy, he looks lean, he looks jacked. He looks amazing. I'm sure Canelo does as well. I've just seen more of Crawford. He looks unbelievable. He seems like he's really got in shape for this fight. And you'd hope so, right? It's probably the biggest fight of his career, a real legacy-making fight. That said, well, actually, and Canelo's not even a proper 168 guy. I mean, Canelo's not a proper, fully fledged 168 fighter. I think that's why we're seeing such 50-50 talk around this fight. It's a pick'em fight, anyone can win. The fact of the matter is, though, as much as Canelo might not be an out-and-out 168 guy, what he's used to is fighting out-and-out 168 guys. He does fight at 168. He's got that experience of fighting those big, heavy guys. Crawford doesn't. Crawford hasn't fought those guys. At least not properly. And whilst Canelo isn't that, I don't think Crawford can hit anything. So I don't think Crawford can hit Canelo with anything that's going to cause him any serious problems. And that's where my worry starts to spiral and unravel. Look, Crawford's a power puncher down at 147, 140, whatever. He's a power puncher down there. We're at 168. And you're not a 168 guy. That's the fact of the matter now. And to beat Canelo, I think Crawford's going to have to stop him. Because the reality of it is, Crawford really needs to win in order to win. Crawford, look at Bivol versus Canelo. Bivol really beat Canelo. And some of the judges still had it closer than it was. A close fight when Bivol wiped the floor with Canelo. That's what Crawford needs to do. And can Crawford do that? Look, he looks unreal. Aside from all the hype, it is a really good fight. Simply because of that. Because you're looking at it going, what can Crawford hit Canelo with? Is Crawford that much of a better boxer? He'll be able to do that. And beat him in the same way Bivol did. I really, really want Crawford to win. It's a massive, massive step up for him. It's a legacy-defining fight. I really don't like Canelo. I don't like Canelo at all. And I really like Crawford. So I really want Crawford to win this. But I just got to go with Canelo. I think it's a massive step up for Crawford. Canelo's going to be taking it serious. I don't think Crawford can stop Canelo, and I think he needs to, because I don't think you outbox him. I think even if Crawford outboxes Canelo will get the decision. Unless it's wide, like it was for Bivol, and the judges give it close. That's my problem with this. So I've got to go with Canelo as much as I really want Crawford to win at the moment. I'll do more as the fight week goes on. People let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, a comment, subscribe. You know how this stuff works, people. Peace.